Hi guys, everybody, it's MicheleMarieDalene. Today we're going to do an autopsy on a failed piece of mechanical equipment. It's the Wonder Washer motor base. I'm going to show you what broke on this thing and why I cannot fix it. It's got two problems and they are both associated with the transmission. So I'm going to show you the close-up of this. That's one of the reasons why we're doing color today, because this is a visual thing and I want you to be able to see it. I've tried to fix this all kinds of ways, and unfortunately for me, none of them worked at all. So, I mean, because the torque of the motor, even though it's only a 55-watt motor, is enough that was causing the thing not to work. Now, so let me just take my little shim out, which was useless, and I'm going to switch this camera over to the other camera so we can show you this and make this easy. Okay, let's start with the first part of the problem. Now, I can zoom in on this thing, so let me just do that because this is the thing in question. And you can see here that the shaft, maybe you can't. Let me see if we can so you can see better. Come on, work with me. Okay, you can see how that thing is really worn down. It's supposed to be a square shaft that is supposed to go all the way, square drive all the way up. Well, it's not. It's just totally worn to hell. Conversely, the same is true on the inlet, if you will, on this part here. It was also supposed to be square all the way in, and it is just totally worn the hell out. This is not even fixable at all. You can't even do anything with this. So you need two parts. You need this part here. Yeah, come on. Thank you. You can see how badly worn that out is. And you need this part right here. Here we go. You see, you need the two parts. Now, I tried to find some of these parts on eBay, and I couldn't find pieces individually. If I went to AliExpress or something, I could have found something. But the machine itself is available on eBay for a pretty reasonable price, so it's not a big deal. But associated with this, but not affecting its electrics at all, or mechanical control, is this machine has served me pretty good. The timer still works fine. The power switch still works fine. The motor's a little rusty because the bucket that used to leak. And so this, the motor base still is, it's got some parts in it you can salvage, but not really much. Let me zoom out now. Okay, so we can salvage the motor out, and we can use this mechanism for something else, if that's your thing. If you're like me, you do salvage stuff, parts and things. This machine has been in use for over 7 years, so I think I can easily give a very reasonable, good, glowing testimony for the Wonder Washer. So let me give you a quick review of this, since I'm showing you this since anyway. The Wonder Washer holds about 5-6 pounds of laundry. Now, what I'm doing is I'm screwing it back together so that I at least can kind of see how it works. The mechanism works here. Okay, so let me switch this back so you can see here. Okay, so here's how it's supposed to work. It's supposed to, you can feel it's sort of catching now, but it doesn't stay catching, but no matter. Okay, so you can feel it. See, this is a receiver here, just like on a blender, except unlike a kitchen blender, it just goes back and forth. Okay, and that goes with this connection with this gear here on the bottom of the bucket. Now, we fixed the bucket so it doesn't leak anymore, and what we did was, I had to take the screw apart to show you. You know what? I don't want to bother because it doesn't leak. I want to use it. We're going to use it with the new machine. So, okay, so let's talk about really briefly about this machine. Wonder Washer is a Chinese-made, simple little washing machine, and it works. I have used this one for over 7 years, and maybe 5, 6 years, long enough. Okay, most cheap, inexpensive machines of this type don't last that long under heavy use, and this thing has survived through some pretty rough times. And I'm actually overall pretty impressed with the machine. The only thing is when that part wore out, of course, it made the machine as useless as tits on the boat. It doesn't work anymore consistently. But when it was working, it was removing a lot of schmutz and clothes that you wouldn't believe. I usually ran the wash cycle for about 15 minutes. That's just 15 minutes agitation, and then of course I dumped the water, and then I would refill it with clean water, run it for another 15 minutes, and if I felt it was necessary, dump that water and put in clean water for another 15 minutes. You might say, that's a hell of a long time, 45 minutes for a load of laundry. Well, yeah, but you know what, though? It depends on what kind of stuff was in the laundry. If it was just light dirt, like maybe, just working on plaster dust or something that's mostly surface, I probably can get away with maybe one wash in 15 minutes, followed by rinse for 15 minutes, and then maybe a quick spray down with the hand sprayer, piece of cloth, wring it out, and then put it up on the line. That makes a hell of a difference because that makes it possible to do laundry that way. It also works great with a wringer, hand wringer as well, to remove even more water and more junk from fabric. So one of the things that me and Dory were talking about doing is to get a new machine. We're going to be investing in a new machine, and this is some epoxy that stuck to this. You can see it's kind of makes like an epoxy resin. Still a little tacky. Yeah. That's epoxy. Yeah. Ew. I must not have added enough hardener to this because this epoxy is still very tacky. But anyway, maybe I should add more hardener next time. So anyway, the whole point here is that a laundry machine, we can get one for about for $65 on eBay with delivery, and I'm gonna definitely look into it because I'll make sure I didn't mute the sound. I always check that. Yes, I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Good. So yeah, I'm gonna definitely get another machine because it does a really nice job, and it really does. Because I actually forgot how much crap it removed from clothes. I mean, I got to run one time, almost perfect, and it removed so much schmutz. I was actually totally shocked. I was like, oh my god, I forgot how much you cleaned. And it really does. It took a lot of junk out of the fabric. And here's the cool thing about this. Here's the bucket. Here's the motor base. Slides into the bucket like that. And then you would just roll up the coiled cord like this. And here's the lid. And it just locks down. One of my plastic tabs is broken on the side, but still, good idea. And this thing is all set to go into your storage bin or your broom closet. And it's really simple to use. It doesn't take a lot of power. It only uses 55 watts, which means, yes, you can run it on an inverter in camping. I would suggest, though, if you're going to really run this in washing machine on a battery and an inverter, ideally, you should have a pure sine wave inverter because it uses an induction motor. But if you have a very good, high-quality, modified sine wave inverter like a Vector, it probably will run fine too. But don't expect it to be fantabulous. It easily could consume, potentially could blow the 2 amp fuse, because it takes more current to start something on a modified sine wave inverter than a pure sine wave inverter, because it's a motor. Motors don't like square wave, and they are not at all quite cooperative to modified square wave. So if you can get a pure sine wave inverter, it would work great. It also you could possibly replace that motor inside with a brushless DC motor at 55 watts, and it would still work very well. The washing machine's parts on the inside are fully serviceable. You can actually take them apart. The machine comes apart. There's a total of about a couple screws in the bottom. You take them out. The ones in the centermost area where you see we put my finger holes to grab the base to put inside, those have 3 screws, all Phillips screws. No fancy Torx ones. I will actually take your machine apart. There are 3 very long screws. Everything in that motor inside the companion is steel. I don't know about the timer contacts. Those appear to be copper plated. Maybe brass plated with some kind of anti-oxidation material. Very nice, simple device, like most Chinesium things. Not at all that hard to make. If you wanted to make your own, you could probably do it as well. Make your own little washing machine. It's just water. So yeah, you can make your own washing machine, and it will work fantastic for you. Now, don't forget, guys, that on the 27th, which is Sunday, we are having a live text-in show. It will be starting at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you want to be able to type to me, or, because I'm not going to do voice chat, but if you want to type to me for the show, or you want to leave me comments after the show, you need to have a YouTube account. It's just the rules of the game. Just like if I was to have a show on Facebook, which I'm thinking about for the future, but that's not right now. It would be the same thing, which is that you would have to be a member of Facebook to leave comments. Also, you'll notice that in every video now, it says in the lower right-hand corner, subscribe NASQ. So, if you click on that, and then click on the subscribe, and click on the bell too, a bell icon as well when you go and subscribe, because apparently, I guess YouTube is somehow unsubscribing people if they don't click the bell. So you should click the bell as well. And also it's good because you will always know when I do a new video. I also want to speak on my behalf of one thing for some of the complainers. There's not too many of you, but I'm going to bring this up anyway. 2 things. I do videos every day. Okay? They're not always going to be batting 1,000. Some videos are going to be great, fantastic, Pulitzer prizes, and some will basically are not worth anything at all. But the point is, there are videos, and I do so many of them, you're likely to find a few nice diamonds in the rough, and they are very much a special part of my life, and they are what I do, and they're what I love doing, and this is the reason I love doing them. And I love doing my videos. And it gives me pride and joy to be able to show you things, something cool. Sometimes I come up with cool stuff. So yeah, do click on the little blue square that says subscribe NASQ. Subscribe to the channel. check out the videos. As I said, some are good, some are bad. While you're there, check out my other channel too. It's called Welcome to My World. Originally was a cable television program. I was doing it for the local cable system here in Winston. I'm hoping to do those again as well in the near future, so that we can cover some local events as well as national and international events and local demonstrations. And somebody one time called me a live stream whore. I consider that actually a compliment. Thank you very much. I do enjoy doing live streams because I like the spontaneity, and I like, to come up there and come up with something new and unusual, and sometimes I come up with some great stuff. I didn't get a chance to get one done at the soup kitchen today. I met a really nice lady at the soup kitchen. Her name was Lynn. She was an older lady about my age, and she was a very nice person, and we had a great conversation, and I'm hoping to have more communications with her in the future. She was kind of interested in my videos, but we didn't have time today to really look at the videos. So I think that tomorrow, of course, after we deal with the hearing to the court system, which is going to be just like this year, using their equivalent of a specialized modified Cisco meeting for the court system. It does work, and I did test it with the court tester, IT guy. So it's just like a Google Hangouts on Air. It works the same way. We're going to use it in the same state except for Google Hangouts on Air. When are we going to do our next Google Hangouts on Air? Well, we could always do one this week. Because after all, why not, right? The 26th, 27th, right? I don't really have much to show you, but yeah, we could do another one. And then I wanted to have Amber be part of that again. So Amber, if you're up to it, you want to be on the Google Hangouts on Air this weekend. It's 7 o'clock. 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Thank you. 6 o'clock on Sunday. Okay. We will be having the Google Hangouts on Air, and or if let's put it this way. It all depends how I feel. Okay. Sometimes I don't always do as well as I'd like, but that's okay. There's an adapter for Michele's phone that she didn't talk much about. Oh, right. I know what you're talking about. Right. Alright. Yeah, you can get this little adapter. Actually, I do got it. You do? Yeah. Except it's plugged into my Raspberry Pi for the TV. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right. That adapter's plugged into the TV set. Wait. Okay. Well, maybe someday it might be a worthwhile experiment with the plugged into the iPhone and using the Hangouts on the iPhone to do it, but it's kind of colossal waste of time. But no matter. Alright, so right now I want to thank you very much for watching this little demo. By the way, let me give you a quick recap. Do I think the Wonder Washer is worth the money? Yes, I do. What about the different spin dryers that I see from China that are inexpensive? Well, the spin dryers, I used the commercial one in the laundromat, and I certainly have seen what they can do to remove moisture from clothes. And I've also, of course, I know it works in the same principle as a centrifuge in chemistry labs. So, it removes water. It removes a lot of water, okay? And some of them really are smaller than the washing machines themselves in capacity. There are bigger ones you can buy that, are a lot more expensive, but they're closer to what you might find in a more permanent setup in a laundry room. But there's some that are kind of in between. There's some little washers that are the same way with the standard spin cycle. Which this doesn't have a spin cycle. But at the same time, this washer, does the worst of the grunt of cleaning, which is to actually agitate the laundry and help to get the detergent into the fabric and to help lift out the dirt and the odors. And in that case, it works great. But if you're looking for an all-in-one machine that does it all, They do make them. It's just the Wonder Washer is not one of them. And the if you do want to have one of those automatic ones, I saw some on Walmart available by order for about $150 plus dollars. I don't really have a problem with that, except it has to be hooked. It has to be connected by hose into the bathroom faucet or into a maybe a cold hot water tap. Maybe in your utility closet or something. But I really like the way that we use it, because we don't need to worry about plumbing. You just basically fill the water up with a bucket, and then you just run it, and then you just drain it, and then you put new clean water in. It's great for people who don't have access to running water, but maybe it'll make some electricity to run the motor, but just don't have access to running water. Say, for example, people camping. It's also great for small, for single people who don't have a lot of laundry to do, because they just go ahead and throw some laundry in the bucket and just run it for 15 minutes, like I said, and then do maybe 1 or 2 rinses. And Jean suggested you should add a little bit of white vinegar to the final rinse to help to deactivate the detergent. Yeah, I never tried that. It might be worthwhile try to do that. And you don't need any special detergents anyway. You just use maybe about the worst case laundry I ever had to do, I put in like a quarter of a cup of laundry detergent. The caps to screw on, just like a quarter of a cup of it, and that's more than enough soap to clean laundry. So you don't need to go crazy putting full cups in, because the machine would just basically foam up and make a royal mess. Unless you got really, really hard water. Well, in that case, you got other problems. But if your water is really soft, you're going to use less soap, because otherwise you're going to have suds everywhere. Our water is kind of medium, so it don't really have to go too much. You don't want to go too little. Alright guys, so that's it. See you tomorrow after the hearing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try to tape that hearing. Maybe we can place some of the hearing decisions about the modifying of the repayments to let you hear what the actual magistrate has said, and so you can get the gist of the story. But for now, I'm going to thank you all for watching, and for all those who are thinking that all my videos are always going to be batting 1,000, let me just say right now, that's not the case. You don't have to watch them every day. Actually, you just go over, when you see a new video, just go over to my channel and see if it really interests you. I'll try my best to put a good title on it. I'll try. This video should be called the Wonder Washer synopsis or something. I can't really call it a review, but it is a good product. I'll just say that much. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.